What's up, guys? So I figured if I'm going to be putting together videos here that I might as well record some voiceovers, explain a little bit about what I'm working on, and that way maybe I can provide some values for some people. So today's session started off with some deadlifts. We did a deadlift ladder up to 7 reps and back down to 1 rep. So that means a set of 1, a set of 2, a set of 3, a set of 4, a set of 5, 6, and 7, and then follow that back down from 6 all the way to 1. Started off with the first few sets with hook grip, and then switched to straps for the remaining, just to keep my hands nice and healthy and not have that be a limiting factor throughout. And the rest periods for these were pretty random, starting off pretty short and then getting a little bit longer. But the goal was sort of do this in as short of a period of time without failing or anything like that. So started off with about 5 seconds, then 10 seconds, 10 seconds again, and really just the time it took to pause, come over, pause the video, start another video, go back, do it. And that's kind of what the first few sets looked like. Once we got around 6 or 7, I started taking a little bit longer, a couple seconds in between, a sip of water, things like that. In total, I finished it up to 7 and back down in about 11 minutes. And 11 minutes, I think, in like 30 seconds. And that wasn't too bad. So I was happy with that. And it felt pretty solid. Really happy with where my conventional deadlift is kind of feeling right now. It feels fun. In the past, my conventional deadlift has been just a challenge to work on. Always feeling like I'm losing position. So I think my back has gotten really good, getting really strong, and then I'm gotten a lot better at recruiting my hamstrings and glutes throughout it. So I'm really happy with how that's going right now. The goal over the course of the next, several months is really build up to a 600-pound conventional deadlift, and I think that's very doable. And that's going to set myself up for a nice sumo deadlift in the future. But that's kind of a lifetime goal, just a comfortable 600-pound conventional deadlift without too much peak, and just kind of be able to do that all the time. So working towards that, really excited. The 700-pound sumo, I think a 600 conventional is going to put me in around, mid sixes on my sumo when I switch back to it. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, finished up here. Felt pretty solid. Started slowing down a little bit on these, just taking my time a little bit more, making sure I can still hold my back position. But at this point, the glutes, hamstrings, lower back were all pretty fatigued, but I was really happy with my positioning. After finishing deadlifts, I actually took a break and worked with a few clients, and then came back an hour or two later, started with some incline bench, did several sets of 8 here with 175. And this is 180 pounds here. And these feel really good, really focusing on tempo on the way down, nice and controlled, feeling the chest, get a nice stretch, hold at the bottom, and then big squeeze up. And I feel really good stimulus with these, so these are really solid. Looking to get those back up to my best ever, I think is like 315 for 1. So if I'm at 180, like to get that up to a little bit higher. Moved on to pull-ups, where I did a 3 sets of 5. Those are pretty good. I mean, my best pull-ups is about 21 reps at around 190 pounds. So because I'm around 215 right now, they're not as strong, but they've been getting better every single week. So I'm happy about that. After that, moved on to some skull crushers here. And these are only about 25 pounds, but I really like to feel the stretch at the bottom here, hang out there, really fatigue the triceps under stretch, and then big squeeze on the way up. So always focusing on tempo here. And that's kind of the name of the game with all these accessory movements, is just really focusing on tempo, squeeze, so I can get as much muscle built as possible without needing to add a bunch of reps and a bunch of pounds in the bar. Moved on to a superset here, where I did some easy bar curls at, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, I think 65 pounds. 35, 45, 55, yeah, about 65 pounds there. And then supersetted those with some body weight dips here. Body weight dips, I'm again focusing on tempo and really trying to just load the triceps this whole time. So these aren't the strongest they've been. In the past, I've done some dips with 3 plates, 4 plates between the legs, but just focusing on strength and using equal triceps and chest. So with this one, with a little bit more tricep emphasis and more tempo, only getting around 10 reps here, and really feeling those triceps fatigue out. Afterwards, moved on to some hammer curls. I've only got one pair of 35s, so again, tempo here, big squeeze here, but I did 6 reps on the right, and then afterwards switched to the left. But putting a lot more emphasis in building up the muscles, biceps, just overall general off-season training, building a nice base here as I continue to build my strength back up. So super excited for what's to come, really focusing on that hybrid athlete style, and yeah, super excited. So stay tuned if you want to see a little bit more about what's going on.